I didn't know.
Yeah. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's gonna have to come off.
Where does this go?
That's what she said. Hey.
It's got to come off.
You're not even wearing your headphones.
Stick it in. Stick
Well,
it in.
I'm not,
Also-
'cause what? Mine's not in. I was trying to, and we were talking about Friends. About how Malcolm X.
This
Friends.
one's
Damn it.
Damn. Yeah, this one's going on my laptop.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
I finally
Yeah,
remembered.
yeah.
Actually, I finally saw him.
For sure.
How in the world do I operate this thing? I mean, I got it, but it's.
There you go.
What?
There you go.
Get all in his mouth.
No.
Yes. Yes. I got to make sure I don't get so close.
Now I don't have to worry about him bumping into it.
That's what you think.
Oh.
Yeah.
Still.
You can hear it. Like,
Yeah, oh yeah, you can definitely hear it.
That's
Well,
funny.
start the music.
Oh, we're there.
Yeah.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing we got this.
Surprise.
This is a review heavy episode. So
Yeah.
hello and welcome to another episode of In Our Honest Opinion. Happy New Year. I am Will, and joining me this year, as usual, is...
I am Marvin, and it's not as usual because this is our first time.
But it's as usual as last year.
But you said this year.
New year, new us. Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
It's a different version of me. It's the new me.
So for the first time in 2020, I
Back for the first time.
am Will, and joining me is...
Mercutio.
I mean,
Also
So
known
it's,
as Marvin.
so it's like a Shakespeare thing now?
It is. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And
Cool.
you could be Tybalt.
Mercutio.
Cool.
Yeah.
Who was the one that got their eye stabbed out?
Was it Tybalt? I don't remember.
Yeah,
Which
I
was
forgot.
John Leguizamo? Was he
I thought he was Mercutio.
live studio
Was he
audience? Who was
Mercutio?
John Leguizamo in Romeo and Juliet?
He was Tybalt? He was Thumbelina.
John Leguizamo.
That was. I enjoyed that movie, by the way. I own that.
Died at the very beginning that started everything, right?
Oh, maybe the punk. They got shut down in this. No, he didn't die at the beginning. There was a shootout at the beginning.
I haven't actually seen the movie.
What?
Yeah.
I know. It's
Yeah,
exciting.
No, John Leguizamo was Tybalt.
Alright, that's what I was thinking.
Harold Perrineau was Mercutio.
Harold. He's a good actor. He was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good looking out.
So I've-
live studio audience.
Yep.
And you definitely need to watch that
I've got to
movie.
say I've never seen it.
You haven't either.
Right here, we haven't seen it.
Yeah, she's right.
Are we getting wine coolers?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh,
if I
buddy.
find Zimas, we're watching Romeo and Juliet. And
I
drinking
am
Zimas.
down with it.
That's right. You and your being a fan of Zima.
Yeah. No, it's disgusting. I don't
But,
enjoy
but
what's
anyway,
but
joining
it's a
us
good
as
throwback.
usual because
Yeah.
I was forgotten.
Oh,
about
no, you weren't. We just got lost in.
Adam Skywalker.
For
Yeah.
never was there Mo Woe.
We just got lost in your eyes.
I'm gonna change my last name to Skywalker.
Are you?
Yeah.
So is the whole Skywalker Rises thing an erection
man.
thing?
Yeah.
I figured as much. For everyone, this episode we are going to be talking full-on review for The Rise of Skywalker, full-on review for The Mandalorian. We're also going to talk a little bit about Watchmen. I think we finished that as well, right, everybody?
Yup.
Full-on review of the Watchmen HBO
Did you
series.
say Mandalorian?
Yeah, I said that. But before we jump into all
I
of
have
that,
not watched any of this.
for the first time in 2020, Marvin, what do you got to say to the people?
What I got to say is, what do you guys think about that Smash Brothers announcement this morning? Am I right? Man,
There was a
didn't
Smash-
see that coming. That's crazy.
So I'm assuming that's a Thursday thing?
Yeah.
I got
Yeah, it
you.
is.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I didn't see it coming at all. I guess.
It blew my mind.
But it is Nintendo, if we're being honest.
That's true. But speaking of Nintendo, go ahead and give us a 5-star rating and written text review.
Yeah, Nintendo
What
do that.
that has to do with anything? I don't know. It just do it because it's our friend and it'll allow us to do digital hugs
I love digital hugs, and
They're
in
great.
2020, we want as many of them as you can.
as you can. Tell a friend, tell 2 friends, have them tell 2 friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your cousins you don't like.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah. Let's
Do all of that.
All of that.
Do that for us.
I mean,
For
we
us.
just want to go from Mario to Super Mario.
Yeah.
Mm.
Exactly.
Let's. I just want to touch base with you guys before
wanna
we
touch
jump.
bases with us all the time.
Just before we jump into all the fun review stuff. Holidays went well. New Year's went well. Everyone got the fun stuff.
I can't believe we're already this far into the new year.
To 2020. It
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
halfway through.
I was having a
2020.
conversation with a live studio audience the other morning, and it's like, man, Monday. Oh, wow, that's MLK Day. I was thinking it was 2 weeks away still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, time flies by for
Yeah.
sure. It is.
Yeah.
The days keep coming, and they won't stop coming.
Oh, I know that song.
Yeah, you do. You know why? It's because you're an all-star.
An all-star. There it is.
Get
I
your
was all
game
like
on.
it. I can't remember their name right now. Smash Mouth.
Yeah.
I don't
Guy
know.
Fieri.
Yeah.
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 Did
Yeah.
you said Guy Fieri?
Fieri.
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 Yeah.
No. It's
Yeah.
Fieri.
Fury.
The chef.
Yeah. It's Fieri.
Is that how you're supposed to say
yeah.
it?
Because if you don't say it right, he comes personally to you.
He's not the Bam guy. That's
No, that's a Big Lebowski.
that's a Spanish dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emerald.
Emerald, that's who it is. I don't
Legacy, yeah.
know
Legacy.
what Fury's punchline is.
He wears loud shirts.
I was
and
gonna
he's
say, it's
a
just,
douche nozzle.
Yeah,
At-
pretty much that,
at-
right?
Okay,
Yeah.
so as he's cooking,
Flavor Town.
That's what it is.
Flavor
That's
Town.
right. And I came up with a name, Flavor Sultan, to combat him.
yeah.
You did mention that. I think in season 1? No, was it?
Yeah,
No,
I think it was a long time ago we mentioned
So-
Flavor Sultan. It was I had a conversation with a guy at work, Drew, Flavor Sultan. So I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I will be the Flavor Sultan.
that's what you're going with.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
That's
no.
good.
But yeah, he actually starts doing ICP songs
I love
as he
that
cooks.
movie. What am I looking at though?
That's a new figures coming out.
That is
Michael
that's
Keaton.
awesome. That is spot on.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good.
Can we talk about one trailer before we actually jump into everything?
I probably didn't watch it.
Oh, if it's the trailer, I think you're going to say,
What do you think
may
I'm gonna
have
say?
seen it.
What do you think I was say?
I don't know. What are you going to say?
You haven't seen it?
Probably not. I mean, I haven't watched a lot of trailers lately.
Huh.
So which one are you referring to? Are you going to keep us in suspense for the whole episode?
It's a Sony one.
Oh, no, that's not the
Oh.
one. Cool.
What did you think I was going to say?
New Mutants.
No.
I didn't see the
oh,
new trailer
actually,
for it.
I did.
I heard it was
watch-
really good.
I did watch that trailer.
Yeah.
It was all right.
Oh, you're probably. I think
I don't
talking
remember.
About.
I don't think I was paying attention. No, I'm talking about Sony's next, I guess, MCU-ish
Yeah.
title.
Yeah.
Did you see the trailer for this, Adam? Oh my God, what the hell is
Jared Leto.
yeah, what the hell's the name of it? Morbius.
Morbius.
The
Morbius
trailer.
strip.
Did you not see the Morbius trailer?
I was too scared to.
Really?
No.
Yeah,
I
because
actually-
you remember
Yeah,
Joker
I
from
actually
Suicide
watched
Squad.
it. I watched
Okay,
it.
all right. I like the.
But
I was too scared too.
But I didn't like it enough to go back and rewatch. I just watched it on my phone and didn't pay attention much to it.
Ribbon fell.
Yeah.
So
The reason why I want to bring that up, right? Overall, right? You take away from it. So then you're neither impressed nor whatever.
it looks okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's meh.
What about you, Marvin? You excited for? I mean, this is your universe technically.
I was excited about that last, that little
Little shot.
scene. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one thing I want to talk about in this whole
Yeah.
trailer. The trailer I didn't think it didn't look too bad. I think it looks better than Venom, but that's not saying much, at least for me.
So are you referring to the thing on the wall?
No.
No. So we are talking about the cameo,
Yeah.
the Vulture.
Yeah.
Michael Keaton at the end of the trailer.
And see, I actually missed that. So
Did you?
I did because I wasn't paying attention to it.
Oh man,
And-
that was
Like I watched it and I was cooking my food at work.
nice.
So I was watching it while it was playing.
You were over there in Flavor Town, just
Yeah.
going bam, and then nothing, huh?
Yeah, because I was focused more on lunch than what I was on the trip.
On I of course, Sony's gonna go ahead and start shoehorning in whatever they can.
they've been trying to do Sinister Six for God who knows how long.
Yeah, but I found it interesting that is the first bit of introduction that we got, and not surprised. I just amused at how quickly they were like, Yes, let's go ahead and tie it in.
So I'm more excited about that they had the Spider-Man poster on the wall.
Yeah.
And it was the Tobey Maguire suit.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Where was this?
Oh, yeah, I can send it to you.
Really, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So,
that is very funny.
So it got me all excited. For
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
I could see that. All right.
God, I gotta,
Where
so
the
many
heck was
threads.
that? The movie looks like it was definitely shot on a better budget than there was stuff about Venom that looked off to me, but this didn't look too bad. I was like,
But-
okay, hey,
But there was nothing about this trailer that really
spoke to your soul.
that looked special. Like it doesn't look like anything we
look
haven't
special.
seen before.
Gotcha. All right,
It kind of lacked. I don't know. It
gravitas.
it,
Oomph.
it felt like there was something missing.
That thing.
I don't know how to describe it, but it felt like there was something missing.
All right.
But
To be fair.
but as far as like the look, I mean, his acting looks good in the movie and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it'll be a good movie. I don't know.
We'll see.
We
I mean,
will
it,
see.
it is more or less a follow up to Far From Home.
Yeah, I from the studio, and that was a fun thing for them to do, right? From the studio that brought you Spider-Man,
Spider-Man, Venom.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they're like the next thing, and I was like, "Ah, you guys!" As soon as they were given any kind of liberty to, go ahead and attach the two, they were like immediately like, "We also produce these MCU films."
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sony's really feeling good right now.
Yeah,
They're really feeling it.
yeah, that deal did them good.
Yeah, it's great because it's part of the MCU, but it's not.
Yeah.
Like it's shoehorned in.
To see how quickly, right? They like started suckling at that teat.
Oh, God. Yeah.
I'm very curious as to now how they're how that's going to play out throughout the film, like how
Well,
much they're actually going to be able to get away with.
The crazy thing about it is,
If it starts off with an Iron Man memoriam, like just
yeah,
Like,
but
it's too bad
but-
that guy died. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, it's like
Your mentor.
okay, so they can use
that's good.
they can use Tom Holland. They can't use the suit. so
They're pulling out Tobey Maguire's old suit.
yeah, so,
That's why.
So as a placeholder right
Yeah.
now, they use Tobey Maguire's suit.
and they're like, we can siege you over that later on.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised. But I mean, there was the rumors that right away they were filming Tom Holland scenes as soon as it like
as
it's
soon
like
as they got the green light.
yeah, it's like well, deal is up or whatever. It's like quick, hurry up, reshoots.
Whatever premiere they were at, and they were
Yeah.
fly him out. We don't care.
Yup.
Get-
Leto, Holland, get out here now.
we need you. Oh, that's good. Anyways, let us know what you guys thought about the Morbius trailer. If you're a Morbius fan, looking forward to hearing about that. So, this is going to be my last detour. I know that I'm very excited to talk about all three of these major reviews. But I did want to touch on some of our comments. We have some on YouTube, thanks to Mr. Opus Garza. Going back to the Fourth Company, he said, I got to disagree with you on the Mando show, Will. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It reminds me of the way TV shows used to be. There's the character development and the sidekick.
Thank you.
Where'd it go?
Thank
And the
you,
sidekick
Opus.
character introductions, all taking place one episode at a time. And just like we saw in episode 7, a callback to all those sidekick characters as the hero rushes into the climactic end of the season. So that was commenting on the fact that I think you were in agreement with me there, Adam, where we were just, it kind of felt like at this point we were just looking for every cool, Baby Yoda, the
got
child
terrible.
moment.
Yeah,
But then
I
just
mean-
after that, they delivered a much better episode.
I mean that's to not really get into a review. I'm gonna say to respond to his comment. The show was good. It wasn't great,
Yeah.
and the problem is that we were all looking for that Baby Yoda stuff. A lot of us.
Yeah.
And the ending was weirdly Terminator-esque.
Yeah.
we'll go on with that later.
We'll jump. Yeah, exactly. We'll jump into that in a little bit. I feel like that's crooked. Is that crooked?
It's so crooked.
Is it?
No, I think it looks good,
I
man.
think it looks fine.
Yeah, it looks good.
All right, we'll go. Next comment, and I'm going to read this the way I'm assuming that he said it. I've seen photos of Mr. Garza, so I'm going to assume he went, ew, that was quite a lot of political talk. And that was in the episode
that?
Merry Holiday
Oh,
and
man.
the McClunky New Year.
Oh
Yeah,
God,
Well,
I think we
here's-
spoke politics for like 2.5 minutes.
I don't even remember.
I was the one that got most vocal, probably because I was drinking. Because usually I try to stay away from that
I'm trying to see what
on here.
I don't have the McClunky stuff here. I don't know what we were talking about.
Yeah, well, it was a very loose episode.
Yeah. It is what it is. And then lastly, he said, I enjoyed The Rise of Skywalker. Looking forward to hearing what all you guys thought of the movie and how it closes the 9-episode, 40-year Skywalker saga. No, don't worry. We're going to tell you
it's
exactly
coming.
what we thought. Yeah, that'll be here at the towards the tail end of the episode. So, barring no other topics here, anything else you guys want to throw out there before we jump into the fun stuff?
I don't remember if we had the Hawkeye stuff or on the list.
I have that for like an actual episode.
Okay.
Um,
How about
we
Tom
have-
Hiddleston stuff?
We have quite a few.
Tom
Tom Hiddleston.
Okay, so
Hey,
apparently you don't know about
you
that.
know what?
one
I
then.
actually got something cool.
What's that?
I got Vampire's Kiss on Blu-ray.
Vampire's Kiss? What is that?
Nicolas Cage.
Oh my God! You should have seen the smile on his face. He was so happy about that.
A, B, C, like where he does the alphabet.
And then we'll have to discuss later because, by the way, I did listen to your episode, by the way, of Adam Analyzes. Oh crap!
Ooh.
It didn't show it of Invasion from Mars. Invaders from Mars.
Invaders from Mars.
Invaders.
from
Zim?
Mars. Yes.
What,
I
was
listened to that
the
one
ending
as well.
entertaining?
The ad from Anchor. No.
No. I was talking about
Yeah.
my ending,
Yeah.
not Anchor's tacked on ending.
Your ending, wow. Yes, actually, I was. I laughed. I was all like, "Oh, that's fun." He's getting creative over here.
Robot
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna ruin it for the listeners, but
There's no robot voice.
you did it too. Yeah, you're too late. Anyways, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and jump into HBO's Watchmen review. We'll go ahead and touch on some stuff here, a little spoiler free if we can, and then we'll jump into full on spoilers. So, HBO's Watchmen, starring, I was going to say Rashida Jones, but that's wrong.
No.
Watchmen cast.
Wow, now I can't even think of her name. Regina King.
Regina King, there it is. Thank you. Regina King, Tim Blake Nelson, Jeremy Irons, Mr. Yahya Abdul, of the traveling
Of the traveling fans.
fans. Yeah, Don Johnson, Louis Gossett Jr. I think those are all the big ones, right?
I gotta say, before we get into it,
Yeah.
whole cast, round of applause for everybody.
Yeah.
Everyone was awesome in the show. It was
I
filled
agree.
with some amazing acting.
Very good acting across the board. I don't think I had a single issue with any of the acting. I think they all sold their parts very well. Overall, though, satisfied with the show. Would you recommend to anyone to just, for everyone to just go watch, or, some people?
I definitely recommend everyone to watch it.
Yeah?
As long as you don't mind seeing dong. Because there's a lot of dong that ends
Was
up
there a
showing
lot?
up.
I'm trying to think if there really
you
was.
see a lot of dong.
I mean, I didn't think it was that bad.
I mean,
Live studio audience, not disappointed at all.
I mean,
That's good. Dong's away.
Some people are just like, no, I don't want to see no dong.
Yeah.
But I mean,
No,
there's dong.
There is.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I don't remember.
I didn't think it was excessive.
No, it wasn't
That-
excessive, but
that's-
some people.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It
As soon
bothers
as
some
they see
people.
one, they were like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
mushrooms!"
I mean, they get angry when they see their own. It's like,
What is
Yeah.
that?
yeah. It's like, oh god,
Don't
What the
make me,
heck?
don't make me beat that one too.
pretty much.
Anyways, that's that one's for you, Jared.
I mean, as far as a recommendation, I would say they did a good enough job of making it for everybody almost. I mean, it's complicated, the story, and it is very much tied and rooted into the original graphic novel.
Yeah,
But I would say that it's easy enough for anyone to get into.
really.
So I would think so. I didn't think it was that far off.
I think for once here, I'm on the opposite end of that spectrum. I think that if you're not into comic books and stuff like that, I don't think that they're really gonna enjoy this as much.
I'm saying as far
I
as
disagree.
I'm saying as far as if you think you need to have previous knowledge.
Yeah, no, I don't think you have to have previous knowledge at all to jump into it. But
I mean, but was it like crazy comic bookish? No, and
I think there's just enough weird in there that it might put some people off. But I mean, in this day and age, the nerd culture is very strong. Let's be honest. Game of Thrones was
It's just
huge
culture now.
in the
It's
last.
just pop culture.
But the last decade or whatever, I mean, it definitely did. There was a huge shift.
yeah.
Huge
Shift in the turbo.
Wow, you disrespectful mother.
I mean, I don't know. I think it was good. I thought it was good all around, and I actually enjoyed some of the comic bookish type of dialogues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So first episode, right? I thought did a good job of setting the tone. I think by episode 4, it really picked up and got really good. That's when I started binging it though,
Yeah.
because I fell behind a couple episodes.
Yeah, you did.
So, but no, overall, really good acting, entertaining overall. Let's just jump into spoilers, man, because I want to know what were the highlights of the season for you. What's the parts that actually like really got you? So for those of you, if you haven't watched it, I'm going to see if I put in the comments, you'll be able to see where you can skip ahead, past the spoiler stuff. But for those of you who are ready to enjoy the ride with us, let's jump into spoiler territory.
All right.
All right, gentlemen, standouts. What disappointed you here? What was so great for you? Because I got to tell you, Dr. Manhattan got spoiled for me, and I'm
And that's
so pissed
unfortunate.
off that it did. Yep,
That's really unfortunate.
because that would have been a
but
great reveal.
That's not a disappointment with the show in general, though.
No, I'm not.
Because the show handled it really well.
They did. I even enjoyed the back and forth between him and her. The fact that they kept his face out of the shot, for a lot of the back and forth. I'm here, but I'm also, in the future and whatever. I thought that was cool. The way that they tied in her lineage, I thought was very interesting.
Yeah.
And how ultimately it was her fault that Don Johnson got killed.
Dude, that set
It's
everything in
paradox.
motion more or less.
Yeah.
Like I thought that was awesome.
I was all like, son of a bitch. I think that's really cool. As far as sci-fi goes, you know what I mean? When stuff like that comes into play that you're just like, oh, it's that whole time paradox, chicken or the egg type thing, and it's like,
That they referenced
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, and I think that would probably be my biggest disappointment with the show. I liked the whole thing. I didn't really like the fact that it was super slow to start.
yeah.
That was off-putting, and it felt like a struggle to keep watching it through the first couple episodes.
Yeah.
But once episode 4 or 5, whatever, it started to get into gear.
Yeah.
Then it was awesome. Like I couldn't wait for the next episode.
Yeah. I agree with you there, right? And I'm glad it isn't just me, because I was looking forward to this show. Mm-hmm. But the first few episodes did, and I think that's why I fell behind, was because at some point there was just kind of like, I mean, yeah, it's good, it's not bad, but it's just like it didn't grab me, and you know what I mean, like haul ass across the room. It was just kind of like, I'm here, you can watch if you want.
My biggest problem with it was that I was looking for that leftovers kind of emotional hook
Gotcha.
and grab, and I didn't get it until the last couple episodes.
So-
And that was the thing that really made the show for me.
Gotcha.
The Dr. Manhattan and her setting everything in motion, more or less.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the awesome thing. And then not only that, I thought it was sad when she hit him. And he
With the hammer?
where he forgot who he was.
Who he was? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, we're in spoiler territory here. You don't have to hold
Yeah,
back.
well, I thought it was incredibly sad when she's like, "You're not yourself," and he's like,
Yeah.
"What?"
Yeah.
She hits him with the hammer and
It's
everything.
like, time to wake up.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
it was
baby.
it was a
Yeah.
very sad moment.
We're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. And I think I'm pretty good at avoiding spoilers on social media. It was the Ioho's Instagram that I was kind of like messing with, and sure enough, it popped up that what's his name was Dr. Manhattan, and I was like, oh crap. that completely takes it.
I mean,
'cause
good.
I didn't see that coming whatsoever.
Yeah, I was gonna say good for them because I didn't see that.
Yeah. And so I thought that was a nice little reveal. I liked the way it was handled. And then this is where I was appreciative of the acting a little bit more. I like, and Adam, you enjoyed it as well, the film, Watchmen.
So it's great in my opinion.
Billy Crudup, I think, right,
Yeah.
plays Dr. Manhattan there. I thought he did an amazing job in the movie. And
did.
so I was trying to make sure that, once the character was introduced here, that I didn't go too much like, oh, well, I like the original, quote unquote, more than whatever.
I mean, it's tough not to compare the two, I guess.
Yeah.
But I was able to, there were differences there, and I appreciated it. I did like the way he played the character. He was still charismatic at the same time. He sold that I'm not connected to everything, even though I am connected to everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, I guess, part of that character. So I enjoyed that. I appreciated the writing there. I thought his acting. I feel that the Dr. Manhattan character specifically, that, believe it or not, I think that there's a lot of you've got to have a lot of charisma. You've got to have a lot of acting chops to play that character.
It
Because
Your dong's hanging out,
yeah, sure that
and you're like squatting all on the ground with your dong,
just dangling about,
looking like a tripod.
no. But the just because the lines seem to be delivered all flat, like they're not. There's a lot behind those words.
and I understand where you're coming from on that because you're saying like as far as his coldness,
Yeah.
but yet there's like that you feel empathy and stuff for him as
Exactly.
well because
Yeah.
there is a little bit of humanity in that
Exactly.
in that cold delivery.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a difficult thing to do.
Yeah. So I thought they did pretty good there. I know it. I didn't expect it to happen, but I secretly wanted it to. I wanted a Rorschach. Like
He's been dead.
I was
I
gonna say,
know.
how?
I know. It's just you see the masks for the KKK essentially.
Yeah, but they were also like a right wing thing. So I mean,
Yeah.
it was pretty heavy
Yeah.
on the
right
social
wing.
commentary.
They really were. I like how though that at least for me it felt like the role of the villain was kind of in rotation. Right? It's like you're really
like,
trying to
who
figure
really
out like
is
who
the bad
really is
guy?
the bad guy. Exactly. Yeah. So I enjoyed that aspect of it. Where at the end of it, it was all like,
let me put
and
it
it's
this way.
the little girl.
Exactly. Who done it?
Yeah, let me put it this way: the main villain,
Yeah.
she kind of annoyed me throughout the entire thing
Yeah.
with the way she delivered her lines.
Okay. All right.
I mean, she was kind of annoying. I wanted to see somebody slap her or something because she was kind of annoying.
Yeah. I want my mom and dad here.
I mean, it shows just how. I mean, yeah, she has all this stuff. She can do all that, but in the end, she's still human.
Yeah.
She's not special.
No,
Because
she's
she-
not.
She tried to be.
Yeah,
Oh.
she tried to be, but
Pleasant surprise.
Louis Gossett Jr.
What's his name in space?
Osmond. Oh, I call
Ozymandias?
that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that, I mean, just by the way he looked, I mean, it was pretty obvious
that he was in
that's-
space.
I thought he was
just
it
like
was.
no. I knew that's who that was. I'm not saying that was the surprise. I'm saying the surprise was that he was on another planet.
Oh,
That, like the whole time, like when he finally broke through the barrier or whatever, and I'm like, that's what you've been trying to do? I didn't know that's where he threw you, was on another friggin' planet. All right.
yeah,
Interesting.
But he wanted it.
Yeah, he did. All those. I thought that was that was one of those things that was a little off-putting at the beginning. All the not the clones. They're not clones, but those people, completely like in love with him and willing to die and switch
I
roles. And
don't know why it
they didn't care.
like that. It reminded me of like something from Rick and Morty.
Yeah, I could see how that could be something there, completely. But overall, I thought it ended strongly.
It did, and I would welcome another season, but I kind of want it to stay the way it is too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know what are your thoughts? You guys' thoughts on the end, the cliffhanger.
I knew it was
scene.
going to happen, And I feel it was good. It was open enough where if they didn't want to do any more, they don't have to.
Yeah.
There was no cliffhanger. It kind of came full circle, and I was fine with that.
Yeah.
I'll be sad if I don't get more because I do want more. It was extremely well done.
Yeah.
But I thought the ending, it was a nice little bow.
Okay.
Because like, is he gone? Is he gone? We don't know.
Yeah. And I'm gonna ask. First, I want to hear Adam's thoughts, but whether or not you thought she actually walked on water or stepped through it.
If we go by everything he told her, I think she walked on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in agreement on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, good season, good stuff. You want more?
Yeah, I want more. I enjoyed the comic book.
Yeah. I still have to read that.
It's really good.
I gotta find.
I have the hardcover somewhere.
It's
but
really long.
I'm sure you.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So I actually probably have the same copy as
Yeah.
what you do.
Was it thick
But
old
you have an iPad. Just find a PDF.
Oh, a PDF. Yeah.
Bro, okay, this is wholly off topic.
Uh-oh.
But I've been enjoying turning PDFs into books using the Kindle app.
It's not a PDF file. It's a. I did that with. That's how I have. I've got an old black and white Kindle with all of the Game of Thrones books.
I'm doing it on my iPad.
Yeah.
And I got so many PDFs for D&D.
It's not a CSV.
And just
Really?
it says, I'm looking at a PDF.
Yeah.
It's like copy to Kindle app.
iBook. Oh yeah, that.
And I was like, yeah, copy to Kindle. Boom, there it is.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh, I could just flip through this.
Yeah.
This is perfect.
Why? So the Kindle app on your same iPhone?
On my iPad, yeah. And my
I
iPhone,
was
yeah.
about to say, why not iBooks? Just curious.
It didn't give me the option to send it to iBooks.
Really? Because I think maybe you have to hit more. Maybe it's not
Yeah.
moved up. Yeah, because I actually have guides for work.
Yeah.
And I do. I've got them in iBooks for that same thing that I'm like, it's a PDF. I can just throw it over there and read it.
Yeah. It
not
didn't give me the options. I was like,
it's-
well, I'm just putting it in here.
It's just called books now.
Yeah. And that's what I've been using for Gloomhaven.
Our work guides and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It does the same crap. All pages.
Gloomhaven,
I was gonna say, what is that?
that's that big monstrous gaming box right there.
Gloomhaven.
That thing weighs 20 pounds, like literally.
Really?
It's a game that's 20 pounds. It's really fun. I've been playing it with a live studio audience.
Wow.
Think of it as a D&D Lite.
Really?
Mhm.
The big box is the light version?
Of D&D, yeah, because everything's all preset, and instead of dice, it's cards.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
All right, I'm not mad at that.
exactly.
Anyways, let us know. Did you guys watch Watchmen? What was your standout moment? Did you have any major gripes with it? You can do that on any of our...
Honest opinions.
Yep, pretty much. Just head over to inouronestopinion.com. Those are the die.
These are my die.
Custom.
So you liked it so much that you bought your own dice now?
Indeed.
All right.
You're a nerd, Marvin.
Big
Big
It
nerd.
took you this long to figure that out.
I know, right? I'm gonna throw a couple of these die over at it.
I know, right? And those are the metal ones, so
Yeah.
they'll definitely do some damage.
Yeah. Throw them right at the live studio audience. Take that. Wee. Oh.
You know, you're gonna end up playing this game with
You-
me.
Yeah, I know we are at some point. You
Gotta
wanna
have
hold on?
dice for
They're
you guys to
heavy.
use.
Yeah.
Damn, homeboy pulled out bags. Woo.
Look at that.
Oh, what do you roll?
Move 5 spaces and you finger 2 elves. I don't know what this means.
Yeah,
Like the
something like that.
Yeah, so
I mean, so playing that game, the object is to set off the mousetrap, right?
Yes, and don't wink, daddy.
That's good. Anyways,
I mean, it's
cute.
it's gonna have to be filmed if we do that.
Oh yeah, I plan on it. And then when we're playing D&D, I'm gonna film that too. Hey,
that
hey.
yeah, for sure. Anyways, where are we at on time?
We're only 33 minutes in.
All right, let me go ahead and mark here 33 minutes in. For those of you who've just jumped in at 33 minutes in, whoa, that's definitely not what I was trying to put. You probably just missed out on our HBO Watchmen review, and you've joined us just in time for Disney Plus's The DSP itself.
Are we alive or what?
No, do you want us to be live?
No, I didn't know because you're like, oh.
Yeah, what are you
As-
doing
as
about
if we're-
33 minutes in?
Because when it's going to be roughly about 33 minutes in when they actually listen through it, even with the music. And,
Oh, gotcha.
yeah. So
Who?
when they're listening to the episode, and they're
You might want to
listening
tack on an extra 10 seconds.
yeah, something.
Because that's what the music is.
Yeah. See, so about 33 minutes in.
Yeah, whatever, man.
We're going to talk about The Mandalorian, brought to you by the DSP. This was eight episodes, right?
Yeah.
8 episodes
The Mandalorian?
released of The Mandalorian, created by Jon Favreau,
Yes.
and he directed the first episode.
created and written.
And written. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, this is by Jon Favreau. So, The Mandalorian is done.
I'm
You
trying-
look so uncertain of yourself.
I
You're
know,
just
I'm-
like, I'm
I'm-
just all like grabbing it, just like,
like,
yeah.
dude, I'm trying.
You're very dainty.
I'm trying to get comfortable. I don't know.
I just grab it.
Yeah, see, there you go.
I mean, it's one of those things. I don't know how it's comfortable yet. So
I get that. Let me see. I move it this way a little bit more.
Mine's still like
Look at this.
the bigger
Look at this.
one.
it's
What's up?
It's like when
What up,
when
though?
somebody else sits on a chair and they ruin the ass groove.
Wait, is yours
Yeah.
bigger?
It is.
And by the way, that's a
Bigger than
Simpsons
Adam's.
joke.
Yeah, I know it.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see.
That's like way back when I actually used to watch Simpsons.
It's like way back Simpsons, yeah.
I don't know if I did that right.
Where Homer says that they better not be ruining his ass groove.
Is it moving? There we go.
Or maybe they said butt groove. I don't know.
I'm just experimenting with the arm.
I think he did say butt groove.
Well, I made it more vulgar. I apologize.
Ooh.
I apologize, America.
Ooh.
You would do that.
The Mandalorian, sorry,
The Man of Lorians.
is starring Pedro Pascal as the titular character, Gina Carano, Carl Weathers, also known as, never mind, Werner Herzog, Taika Waititi, Nick Nolte, Giancarlo Esposito,
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr was in here? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, he was in there. Yeah, you're right. I forgot.
See?
Oh, wow, he's breaking everything.
See that?
Timeout.
Okay, so Marvin, this is why I was scared to move it.
That's perfect. You guys are hearing some real life technical issues. See, what had happened was we got new arms for our mics, and Adam was uncomfortable just grabbing it and choking it around.
Right.
Marvin told him it would be okay.
What just happened?
It pinched me. If you need to move it from like here.
Whoops.
He got him in the mouth. That's abuse. We got it on video.
Oh, that's
man.
great.
That is terrible.
Whoops.
These children.
And we're back.
Oh.
Yes, the new Michael McDonald album was really good.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed.
That's good. Oh my
I
god.
gotta tighten this up for me then.
All right. Discord.
Uh-oh, Marvin's
go.
got it.
Oh, I can't put this on
Look
Discord.
at this.
Oh,
He's got like a MacGyver tool.
Oh, you want to play that game?
I am. I'm
And this won't heal anytime soon.
so are we trying to
You been cut with these blades?
Mine will stab way further.
are we trying to
I'll cut you faster. I had to get creative on that one. Oh, you got something?
He's gonna open up our beer.
it's
Thanks, Adam.
it's a Pac-Man bottle opener.
Yeah, good
I like
job.
it. I like it.
Let's see here. Podcast image swap. It's not going to let me upload this damn thing.
Why not?
It never does. Because it's always too big.
Hey.
Anyways.
That's what he said.
That is what I said. Wait a minute. All right, so it's starring all the people that I actually mentioned earlier.
That was a Doppler effect.
Gotcha. Oh, I see what you did there. Good job.
Yeah.
It's over.
What?
Baby Yoda
He's dead. He died.
I can't believe they ripped him apart in so many pieces.
Yeah.
It's just not something I expected.
Well,
Nick Nolte said,
from
if
the
I can't
show.
have him, nobody will.
yeah,
Exactly.
And he just ripped him apart, and everybody got a piece as a souvenir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. That was, and then the robot self-destructed the Mandalorian ship. There's so many problems on this show.
And then Corey and Topanga talked about getting a divorce.
Oh my God. Are you still watching that show?
I actually finished it all, and I was a little heartbroken because
Were you?
I watched Girl Meets World right after.
Oh.
Is that how it ends?
No.
With Girl Meets World? I
No.
don't think
Corey and Topanga will never divorce. They'll always be together.
they go together.
Hey, Marvin, did you see that fan fiction that somebody wrote?
It's fan fiction.
Uh-oh. There was
Until it's fan fact.
it was a
I Mary Sued myself into the story.
adult erotica. Corey takes Topanga.
It was actually very interesting.
Mr. Feeney watches from
I'm taking this onto a side.
He's got sunglasses and a hat.
This is now the Boy Meets World podcast.
Yeah.
And
Mr.
yeah, I thought it was
Matthews.
interesting how they. My favorite parts of the Girl Meets World was when they developed the original characters further,
Gotcha.
like seeing Sean's arc come to a conclusion.
In Girl Meets World?
Mm-hmm.
Sean
really
came
enjoyed
to a conclusion
did,
and a girl.
Did they have him be a junkie, like a recovering
No,
alcoholic?
no,
Didn't he have like a
Missed
huge
opportunity.
5-head now?
no. You're thinking of Ellen Page.
Probably. Probably.
Ellen Page. They had similar haircuts.
Yeah. I watched Inception again not too long ago.
And her forehead wasn't that big
No,
there.
it wasn't. She was kind of cute there. I was like, hey, look at her.
Speaking of Inception,
Uh-huh.
the ending to that reminds me of the ending to Watchmen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's a very Christopher Nolan-esque
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
of ending.
Yeah, it was.
Anyway,
It was.
back to this Mandalorian.
Mandalorian. Hey, it's over.
What is the Mandalorian?
It's over, and we're going to jump into this one's full-on spoilers, by the way. So if you didn't watch it, there's no point in you like listening to this. The timing of the Force Heal episode prior to the Force
yeah.
Awakens.
It's very convenient, don't you think?
Yeah, that it took me a second to figure out like why, because I'm like, all right, well, obviously they're dropping this episode before
You know, I really
the
do
movie.
think.
But it's interesting because the Force Heal didn't bother me in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I'll expand on that a little bit when we move on to the Star Wars portion after
I
this.
expand on both right here. Either one didn't bother me. I take each as it is.
Yeah, I've got more thoughts to expand on over there. But over here,
I mean, I imagine you're going to have more
didn't even-
issues with Rise of Skywalker
I
than
didn't
Mandalorian.
I didn't even notice it, if I'm going to be honest. In The Mandalorian, like when he
Because you weren't
Force
paying
Heal-
attention.
Yeah, I was just like,
yeah, you're.
Because you were on your phone.
I was like, no,
You were being a Visco girl.
maybe. There I was with my hydro flasks.
Yep. On TikTok. In MySpace.
Yep. But Mandalorian got good. I think it
Yeah.
ended strong.
Yeah.
It did.
We finally got to see Pedro Pascal
Yep. Wear the armor.
wear
for
the
once.
costume once. Yeah, exactly. That was good to see.
$48 million. That
Yeah.
role.
Yeah.
Best episode for me, hands down, the episode where I didn't expect the child got snatched.
Oh yeah. When you see Nick Nolte,
Dead on the floor. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. he's taking a dirt nap, guys. He's
I
okay.
had spoken.
He's not okay.
Yeah, no. I
That
legitimately that episode, caught me by surprise. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, holy crap! It's done! You bastards!"
I mean,
Wow, that's loud.
Maybe it was Nick Nolte's voice, but it was definitely Ron Perlman. Anyway,
In face. I mean,
Yeah.
they had to model it after someone. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
they
His Ron Perlman face.
like seriously they
Hellboy.
they didn't even give him makeup.
No,
No.
I don't
They just
think
had him show up on set. He's like, "What am I doing?"
just move your mouth.
Just
Nick
move-
Nolte
yeah.
will speak for you.
Exactly. He's Nick Nolte's gonna stick his hand in your butt, and then he's gonna use you like a
I
muppet.
have spoken. It's so gross. But thoughts? You guys enjoy the entire run?
Yeah, I
now
loved
that
every
you-
episode.
Now that you saw it all, this is to kind of pull back from what Opus Garza was saying early on in the episode. He felt that every episode introduced you to a character, and then you got all the characters at the end, and then they all went and attacked, and well, a few of them died.
Yeah. Have friends.
Yeah.
How many of us have them?
And died.
So I'm gonna say that it still doesn't. I mean, as good as what it was.
Yeah.
It still doesn't give me that original Star Wars rush.
No.
No.
Okay.
No,
Interesting,
not at all. I'm gonna say that it's probably better. It's definitely better than the current Disney trilogy, or the ending trilogy, whatever you want to call it.
Gotcha. 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, and I think it's only slightly better than the prequels, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, but that's my opinion on the whole thing.
Gotcha.
But overall, it was good.
Enjoy the run?
Just didn't give me that classic Star Wars, like rush.
I thought,
and I'm probably never going to get that again. So
I like that they. It's weird to say this. It was definitely low budget compared to like the films.
yeah.
But I honestly appreciated the simplicity.
But
of
it was
Exactly.
better than the films.
That's exactly it. I enjoy the simplicity of it. I was like, this is good.
Yeah,
This is, good,
I
good simple
really like the
storytelling.
simplicity of the whole thing.
Something about it, because I watched Empire of Dreams
Oh,
over
did
the
you?
holiday,
Yeah.
and I really enjoyed like what went into. I think that helped give those old movies character,
Okay.
and I feel that's something that's some of the soul that the newer ones lack because they don't have those issues anymore.
Gotcha.
So before he was having to fight a lot in order to get his movie made and see it through.
Yeah.
Now he can do whatever he wants, and I feel because of that, we're just gonna see anything and everything. But with the Mandalorian, I feel it had some of that old. Yeah, it was Disney and Star Wars, so it's gonna be successful. But I think Favreau was kind of like, well, I'm doing my take on things, and I'm kind of doing it like this.
Yeah.
So
I can agree there. I thought it
Yeah.
was very reminiscent of the original
Yeah.
Star Wars film.
yeah,
You know that you knew back then that budget wasn't huge by any stretch.
yeah.
Yeah, but it still looks great. I mean, a lot.
Oh,
of
it
the
looks
special
fantastic.
effects-
Yeah, no, but
I
I'm
mean,
saying
a lot
that
of the special effects for the original.
as far as even
trilogy hold
storytelling,
up.
because I think that when you watch the second episode 5, I guess,
Empire.
yeah, like when you watch that, right, even in the way that the story is told, I think is bigger, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, he knew like, like we had a success, right? Now I've got a vision as to where this could go. So the story itself opens up a little bit more. And I kind of felt like The Mandalorian more like the original.
Yeah, but
and I don't mean this in a bad way. I mean
No.
that in a sense of like, it was a little bit more honed in, right? Hey, this
Yeah.
is a story that we're
It
telling
was a little more
here.
focused on.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I mean,
We didn't
but-
have to talk about trade wars and
But-
things like
Yeah.
that.
But Marvin, you were saying about that George Lucas fighting for things and this and that.
yeah.
For like the first one.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say the first one because Empire was made independently.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
But the studio was they're giving him some issues like towards the end. It's like, we're gonna shut this project down. We're not gonna help. We're not gonna do it if you don't hurry this up.
Yeah.
It's taking a long time.
yeah, I know that he made Star Wars kind of like under duress, like with his we gotta get this made or
Or else we're dying. He just wants his family back.
He wants it all back.
So yeah, I was. I mean, it's good and everything. I know Marvin made a crack at the prequels, but I still stand by that they're better than the Disney trilogy.
No, I'm not. It wasn't like a crack like they're bad, but
Well, you're saying the trade wars and
no, I meant the thing I meant was the way the story felt. It didn't feel as focused because it felt like it wasn't as direct because people were wanting more Star Wars and clamoring more. So I felt you kind of got that a little bit with those movies. They're not necessarily bad, but the way the storytelling was, it didn't feel as precise.
Yeah, there's a lot more going on
it's-
there.
It's George Lucas playing with toys,
Exactly.
especially in Episode 1.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, he was using at that point digital experimental cameras.
Yeah, and he's gone back and tweaked the original trilogy so
How many
much just
times?
because it's like, oh well, I can do this now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and mess with these things.
Yeah, and that's why
McClunky.
I was gonna say that's why we have McClunky.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and because of that, that's why we have those things. And I like the Mandalorian because it's more akin to how like the guerrilla style
Yeah,
Harambe of
Nice.
back in the day.
Nice.
It's more.
It
It's
got
more
put
like,
down.
It's more like the Harambe way of filmmaking.
Exactly.
Aggressive.
Yeah.
And then just
turning
shot
into
down.
a robot and fighting the Predacons.
You're like, man, that movie is a beautiful silverback.
Exactly.
And then it's just shot down.
Look at the majestic P backwards as it exerts his dominance.
This was another one where it definitely picks up towards the end, right? Chapter the first episode, he took the job, he reneged on it, right? Chapter 2.
What'd you call me?
Cute. Chapter
thank
2, the scavengers, right, end up tracking it down or whatever. The third episode, returns to his client. Which one was that? Is that the one where
Werner Herzog.
all the Mandalorians, or not all? Yeah,
The big fight? Yeah.
yeah, came in at the end and saved
Yeah.
him.
When Jon Favreau was the heavy.
Is he the heavy?
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep. He was the heavy.
Of course,
He
did
was
himself
Iron
in
Man.
there. Yeah, he was
I
something.
gotta get me one of those.
Did you guys not think that was kind of Iron Man-esque with the way he looked over at him and stuff, and he's flying?
No,
I did not think Iron Man at all.
Yeah, no, that didn't cross my mind. Muy interesante. Maybe
It's
I'll
kinda-
give it a second watch through.
Kind of felt that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course, then he ends up picking up what's her name.
Hookers.
Yeah, pretty much. The episode.
Really?
Cara Dune.
Yeah, her. The dark episode. Where he's with the other bounty hunters, getting the guy out of
Yeah.
jail. Out of the prison. I thought that was a good one.
It was a good episode.
Yeah.
That one
Filmed like a
was-
horror movie.
Yeah.
That's what I liked about it.
Definitely. That was definitely the vibe. I thought they did a good job there. This was a series that I didn't feel like I was being dragged, along
Yeah.
to finish it. I enjoyed episode.
The only issues I have is I felt the episodes were a little short.
They were, but that's where I think and Adam and I had I think touched on this at 1.2, right? That if Disney Plus gave you the option to watch it all the way through, taking out all the credits in between or whatever, I think this would actually be very entertaining.
It would be a good
And
movie.
that's exactly what I want. Please, release it on Blu-ray or 4K or
Oh,
whatever.
you know they will.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, you know they will.
Just
so
one master
Disney
cut.
do that and have it as one big master cut.
Yeah.
I would love that.
I think it'd be. I think at that
Yeah.
point, each episode would lend to itself a little bit better, and it's not that whole week of waiting, to get through.
I think both you guys are just spoiled on being able to binge.
Maybe, maybe.
You know what? Maybe, but I disagree. I mean, some things play out a lot better that way.
Oh, I'm not-
I'm rewatching Ash versus Evil Dead, and I came to the conclusion before that it was much better as a close proximity watch through,
Well, I mean,
as opposed
most
to
shows are.
that week to week, because especially on the half-hour shows.
What show's better when you had to wait a week?
I think shows that are episodic, right, where they don't really rely on information from the House.
I mean, it's
But yeah, they don't do shows like that anymore, though.
I mean,
like
it's-
stuff like that, where it's just all like, all right. I mean, it doesn't matter if I miss.
It's
an episode
fine
or
on
two,
like an
'cause-
anthology type of show, like Twilight Zone or something. I mean, I
gotta
wasn't
finish that.
like, oh man, I gotta wait
Yeah,
till
because
next week.
it's not tied together.
Right.
But-
so anything that's episodic like that, and especially if you're going to require that of your viewership,
Yeah.
I think it's tougher now to do it than back in the day.
But I feel them doing it that way because after Mandalorian ended, what were people saying? Oh, I'm canceling my Disney Plus now.
Yeah,
So
I'm not going to do that for at least 3
Okay,
years.
so
at least 2 more years.
So I know somebody
And a half.
that did not cancel their Disney Plus subscription because their kids are enjoying it.
yeah.
And then he also asked me if I was watching the new Avatar show that's on Disney Plus.
What Avatar show? Oh, are you being facetious?
No, but he was there like, hey,
I mean, like not Airbender, but
no, he's like,
Cat
About the
he's
actual movie.
like, have you seen Avatar? I'm like, what? He's like, Avatar on Disney Plus.
oh yeah, that's right. The movie's on.
And
there.
then I was there like, it's the same movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
He's like, what? No.
yeah, buddy.
Yeah,
yeah, it's still terrible.
Dummies.
that's somebody I work with.
But yeah, I
I like
mean,
the slight
but
shake.
there's a lot of
That's good.
people who said, well, they don't have anything, so maybe I'll renew later.
There's still a lot on there. I thoroughly am still enjoying
Meets World.
Forky Asks a Question.
I still haven't watched.
You guys need to watch
I'm waiting until I can binge all of it.
Forky.
I mean, yeah. You know
This
what?
mic stand was
Forky
in the
asked the
way.
question. I don't mind waiting every week for an episode of that.
I swear
Yeah.
I'm gonna spit on you guys.
In his mouth. I'll film it.
Anyways, but overall recommendation then, yes, watch it.
Yeah, do
So
it.
so it wound up being a further conversation.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Well, further conversation in person.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't add anything to it.
And so that's where it just all of a sudden, like, the conversation
Just stopped.
That's
right there. And
Perfect.
Yeah.
So of course I had to bring it up
Yeah.
in person.
Oh,
Humans, am I right though? Am I right though? Dabbing.
that Sean is a crazy one.
Oh
There's like 2 Sean's that work for my company.
That's fine.
Not at my store.
But
Scene.
I don't think they listen to this.
That's what,
Probably not.
probably not.
There's like,
Anyways.
they'll be like, "Do you listen to Adam's podcast?" Or like, "Adam who?"
Yeah.
Because they're evil.
I'm
Yeah,
very
pretty
forgettable.
But
Not in my heart.
wow, where are we at on time,
'Cause
real quick?
You'll be in my
Arms.
55 minutes.
Okay. These are just notes from me.
Mm.
Anyways, if you guys have
Oh,
watched,
for people to jump to.
yeah,
Gotcha.
if you guys have watched,
If you see none of this stuff at the very beginning, jump ahead to the very end.
thanks for listening.
Give
Anyways,
us digital hugs.
let me
Thanks,
know.
everyone.
Let
See
me
you
know
next
if you
week.
guys have, if you guys watched The Mandalorian. I really want to know your thoughts. What's his name? What is Opus, Mr. Garza?
Yeah.
I'm very interested now
Darth
that the
Zigzag?
season's done. Yes, the Zig of Zags.
One more thing on Mandalorian.
Shoot though,
That
as long as it's not spoiler, because we're in a spoiler-free zone now.
what?
Highway to the danger zone.
Well, I can't do it now.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
maybe
a
I
lost
can.
opportunity.
No, go ahead. Mandalorian it up. I've got a rough idea as to where I'm at. Go ahead.
I was glad that Chewbacca cooked the little piece of Baby Yoda like a porg
That was good.
and ate it.
And made love to it beforehand.
Yes. Yeah. The little thing. Yeah.
You sound almost like Everybody Loves Raymond.
Does,
That's what I first heard.
Ray Romano. Deborah.
Okay, so you guys didn't know that Ray Romano did the voice of Chewbacca?
We've learned that today.
And I was today old when I learned that. Update the
Anyways.
wiki.
This next one here. Oof, boy, oh boy. I've been looking forward to this. Marvin had a reminder set on his phone. How long ago?
It's been a couple months.
It's been a good few months,
Yeah.
right? Because Adam was prepared to be like, nope, nope. And the time has come, my friends. The 40-year saga that
42
was...
years.
42 year, the 40-plus year saga of the Skywalker series of films has come to an end.
Yeah.
For now.
Star Wars Episode 9 has officially released. The Rise of Skywalker, starring, oh my gosh, what's her name?
Yeah, but I'm
Daisy
gonna,
Ridley.
That's
but I'm
John
gonna
Boyega.
say-
Poe
Daisy Ridley,
Dameron.
by the way, for the first time, at least she was very pretty in this movie.
I think
Hey,
Yeah, I like finally like I saw side by side for each one, and I was all like, oh yeah.
so
for sure, yeah.
one of the things that I can't stand about her is her rage face.
Rachel? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, her like I'm angry face.
Gotcha.
I like it.
Can't
That's her O
can't
face.
stand it.
That's what she does.
That's funny.
Okay, it's her okay.
But it
face.
was John Boyega, Oscar Isaac,
trying
Adam
to keep
Driver,
it clean.
Carrie Russell. By the way, I knew it was her. Like,
Yeah, I knew it was-
oddly enough, because
The eyebrows.
yeah,
It's like, I know those
I
eyebrows.
was all like, is that Carrie Russell? Like,
Yeah.
is she in this movie? And sure enough,
Yeah. I never noticed that Lupita Nyong'o was Maz.
was my.
I never knew that.
By the way, huge improvement going puppet with that thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was still CG, and I was all
I didn't
like,
know it was a puppet.
yeah. So I thought it was still CG initially, and I was all like, wow, they got really good with that one.
Yeah.
And then later on, I found out it was a puppet, and I was like, oh, that makes sense because it looked amazing compared
Yeah,
to
I
what
did
it
not
looked
know
like
that.
before. Yeah. They went full out puppet. Anyways, everything's on the table at this point, right?
Yeah.
You watched it. How'd you feel? What'd you think? What stood out?
It's not the greatest of movies. Okay, I'll start off with that. It's not the greatest of movies, but I feel it was a fitting enough end
Okay.
for a 42-year saga.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not disappointed with what I got.
All right. Good.
I felt it moved kind of quickly in the beginning.
Oh, it did.
I'm like, whoa, we're here now. Oh, now we're here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've got a comment on that, by the way.
But
yeah.
After all was said and done, I was a little upset with one thing they did, but then they rectified it immediately after. I was like, okay, cool.
Chewie.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, that was
No.
the one thing that I texted.
Yeah.
I texted
So
you.
I at some point Adam went and watched this, and he was like, "Yo, I'm going to watch it." I almost cursed, by the way.
Yeah.
And
When Adam said the N word. Yeah.
yeah, pretty much. He's
Yeah.
like, Ginger.
Yeah. Yo, Ginger, I'm going to watch this.
Yeah.
Dude, I went through a whole spout of Tourette's, just like random things just coming
Yeah.
out. I was mad.
But and then all of a sudden I get a text from Adam that was like, "Yo, this movie."
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, well, I was ahead of you by maybe like half an hour."
yeah.
I think.
you were ahead. But,
Was that my first viewing?
But I
think
said
so.
something like, "Seriously, f this movie." Like
He was not happy at the Chewie.
I was very angry.
I was like, "Where you at?" Anyways, but Adam
I was very, very angry.
liked it, loved it, gotta have it.
Steelbooks on the way.
Those are ice cream
All
sizes, by
right,
the way.
so let's start with what I liked.
About you.
Nothing.
What I like about you.
Yeah, I don't know. It was super fan servicey.
yeah.
Yeah, it was.
What do you expect?
It was
Hardcore.
them.
It's like the farewell.
It was them bending over backwards after the Last Jedi debacle.
Retconning.
I agree.
Completely.
Completely.
And
Yeah.
I understand it, but at the same point in time, I don't think we got like the actual movie we should have gotten. As a matter of fact, throughout this whole thing, we didn't get the actual trilogy we should have gotten.
J.J. Abrams was like, I gotta fix this now.
Yeah, and so
Yeah.
that
Spot on.
So
Yeah.
that was one of my biggest issues.
Let's get
is-
Kerry Russell.
That'll fix it.
Those eyebrows can bridge anything.
Exactly, because she's Felicity.
He's like, hey, can those things look more like caterpillars?
Yeah. You and Eugene Levy, I can't tell you apart.
I've got it. I'm training for the next 6 months. Grow. My hair's.
Yeah, I don't know. It's bad because the entire movie was spent almost retconning.
Yeah.
The Last Jedi, and I seriously wish. I know we don't. I wish we had do-overs, but I wouldn't want them to bow down to fans and upset people.
Yeah.
But I really wish we got something better throughout the entire thing here.
Yeah, I feel that A New Hope set up a lot, and I feel it could have been a really fun ride.
Yeah.
But after The Last Jedi and this having to fix it, we definitely didn't get what.
A New Hope is what
I mean-
you were talking about Force Awakens?
Yeah.
Force Awakens.
Yeah, that one. A New Hope, Force Awakens. It's the same movie. Well, let's be real.
And if we were using that as a springboard,
Yeah.
I'm going to say, yeah, they could have made something epic with the next one.
Yeah.
And maybe even strengthened. Like, for me, I think it's not that great of a movie, but they could have done something like one of those sequels where it's so well written and well done that it strengthens,
the previous.
the previous film.
Yeah.
And
Like Jumanji.
we didn't.
Sure.
I haven't seen the other ones. I just.
Zathura.
I was going to say, I feel that way about Zathura. Strengthened it.
Yeah. I can see that.
So it's tough because
Cheetah Girls too.
because there's so much fan service in this movie that a lot of it did bring a smile to my face.
Yeah.
Mine too.
But I don't know how it's gonna hold up on future viewings because, like I said, I really liked Force Awakens when I saw it.
Yeah.
There were a couple of things that I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting the Han Solo.
That was a
thing.
great cameo, by the way.
It was
yeah,
a great
that
cameo,
was
and
really
I
great.
thought it was a really great scene,
Bro.
Like
it
it was.
was.
It was emotionally strong.
And I liked the fact that it was the same conversation that they had when
Yeah.
he killed him or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I was like, this was well written. It was
Yeah.
well executed, and it was one of the like best hidden surprises that like I didn't have a single clue that he'd be in this
Right.
movie.
I was surprised.
Legit, when he said "Dad," and he's like, "I know,
I know.
you son of a bitch." You got me.
I was like, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That was the old. I see what you guys did there.
And so the worst part about this too is that I think they probably should have had Princess Leia die in the explosion.
And the second one?
And in the
I feel the
Last
only reason
Jedi.
they didn't was because she died in real life, and
I know.
they didn't want to. I was like, let's don't. Oh no.
I like the way that they handled her.
Yeah,
thought it was
but
good.
but it was some awkward editing.
So
Like some of that editing was awkward.
I think also it's because we have such a keen eye.
So here's the issue, right?
I'm just saying, like when like her daughter, her real life daughter, I forget
Yeah.
what her name is, when she's talking to her.
Yeah. Is that her real life daughter?
The
The
blonde.
actress? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
her
I did
daughter.
not know that.
Yeah,
Interesting.
in the flashback stuff.
Yeah.
she played her. They
I did not
the,
know that.
They did the digital face thing over it.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so it's actually kind of neat.
Yeah.
But it was just awkward where it's like Princess Leia says something, it cuts to her, and then it cuts back to Princess Leia, and it's
Yeah.
just like, wow, this is some
they're not
weird
there.
editing.
So I read up on that a little bit, right? Because so look, I'm gonna go ahead and throw this out there. I had to watch this movie 3 times to get through it. I fell asleep.
It was that good.
Bro. The first time, I had to watch it 3 times. They made some money off me. Well, my A-list at least. But eventually I was able to finally see it all.
It counts.
Yeah, exactly. It does.
Yep. It's still money.
Yeah.
It's like getting steelbook money. It's still money going
It's
in
still
your
money.
pocket.
Yeah, exactly right.
Stop it.
But I did go back and look, so I did read because I didn't catch a lot of that stuff when I first saw it, and on my second viewing, I'm like, there's something here. Like it looks like off, but I can't quite put my finger on it. I didn't know if it was pre-used scenes, right, and that they were
Yeah,
just
the
like
editing.
cutting it back and forth. But what it actually was that they used unused footage of hers,
Right.
and they put that face on a body that was actually in front of Rey.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so it is like, and the way that they covered that up was that awkward suit because
Yeah.
her face looked weird.
Yeah.
That awkward suit was
With the weird-
with the weird like collar or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It was like trying to cover up the seams in between digital and what it was actually there. And I was
Yeah.
like,
I mean, but-
oh.
I mean, I didn't think the stuff with her
Interesting.
looked that great, but I thought the flashback footage stuff looked awesome.
Where showed the training?
Yeah.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
with Leia and Luke.
Yeah.
I thought that actually looked really good.
I thought that
young,
was
hot Carrie Fisher.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting. I didn't. Again, one of those things I didn't expect to see.
Yeah.
I thought. I think you guys hit it spot on. This movie was complete fan service, and when you think about where Force Awakens started, right? It was telling the story of like, hey, this stormtrooper, right, who's going like against everything, right, to find out like who he is. I thought was one interesting story that kind of stopped at some point.
So-
and then it was about this girl who like had, this mysterious whatever, and then it went into a movie, that was like, oh no, well, she's not really anything. And then for them to go like, but she is everything. She's the daughter of this guy.
So
The retconning is what I think really dragged this movie down.
Oh yeah, the retconning hurt.
It bugged me a lot.
yeah, and I don't know if it needed to be done as explicitly as what they did it.
They were aggressive with it.
They were
Yeah.
extremely
Yeah.
because of the backlash. They're like,
Yeah.
we got to make sure we fix this.
And, and that's what
Yeah,
it was
but-
every time.
But
It's just-
then at the same time, you can't please the
Any of us.
yeah, you can't please any of the fans
Yeah.
because people are still going now with this one, worst Star Wars movie ever. Really?
I
No,
disagree.
that's still Last Jedi.
I mean, I think Last
I'd
Jedi
rather
is
watch
up
The
there.
Phantom Menace than this.
Yeah, I'd rather
Um,
watch any of the prequel trilogies than The Last Jedi.
The
And-
Christmas special.
And how about Ryan Johnson with his little interview or whatever he said shortly after this came out?
Educate
I don't know
me.
if you guys read it.
I
No, I did not.
Where
I
he
don't
said
think
that
I saw
I
this.
don't care for him.
he said that he thinks that his job as a director is to subvert
Oh,
expectations
yeah.
and
Oh,
this
yeah.
and that.
Yeah. Well,
And
they did.
It's like, all right,
yeah,
so
it made us hate it.
so it's like, why in the world did you ever decide to make a Star Wars film if you're gonna be like and just say, hey fans, F you.
Yeah.
You know?
See, so what I think
Why?
he did really good at was that
For those of you not
Force
watching this, he flicked us
Awakens.
off.
Force Awakens, like my excitement level was up there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so for Last Jedi, I was like, yes, I want to watch this. And Ryan Johnson did such a good job
Of making
at
you mad.
ruining like,
Every beat that was set up.
Yeah, at that point, by the time this movie came out, I was just kind of like, all right,
And I
Let's just finish this.
Yeah, exactly.
And here's something else too. You know, I was watching something on the internet, and basically people saying about I guess the problems with Episode 9
Yeah.
and the problems with Episode 8.
okay,
They said the problem with Episode 8 that almost it feels like it's an ender in itself to the trilogy, more or less, with Luke dying and everything. Like
Yeah.
it ends on almost like a "this is it" type of note.
he's
Yeah.
gone.
So
Other
then
kids
it's
have
like-
Force powers, which we never further
So-
expanded on.
Exactly.
So then we have Episode 9 here, where it's like, oh, but wait, there's more
Yeah.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
like
mean, it doesn't gel.
it's like the
It
ending of
doesn't
Man of
gel.
Steel.
It-
You think, oh, okay, we're done here. Wait, no, there's 25 more minutes. What is happening? That's why we don't have a Man of Steel 2.
But Metropolis is getting leveled. That's what's happening.
oh yeah, it is. Some standouts for me. I really like the way that they do lightsaber fights, man.
Yeah.
The fight between Rey and Kylo on the the broken parts of the ship or whatever.
Yeah.
The water splashing everywhere. The way that they swing those friggin' lightsabers at
Hey.
each other look like they really want to hurt each other.
Yeah.
And
So why was he like soaking wet and she was dry in that scene?
Because he was hot for her.
yeah, he was. He's
Yeah.
like, I need to get cooled down. Pulls
Yeah.
over a wave. But I enjoy where where all of a sudden the lightsaber stopped. Like they stop it or force stop
Yeah.
it in the middle of whatever. Like it looks, no pun intended here, but like it's forceful. You know what I mean? Like with the way that they
The Force
emulate.
was unleashed.
Yeah, there
No,
you go.
that was what I was saying.
And more
the,
Force
the,
buttons.
the FU to fans, Ryan Johnson was saying Force Unleashed to fans.
Yeah.
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 I enjoyed Force Unleashed
The
1.
game that was really
I,
cool looking.
I enjoyed it.
I didn't really play the second one, so I don't know.
I wasn't.
Story was actually really good in that game.
Force healing. It was one of those things where, again, it didn't even click for me. That's what happened on the Mandalorian, but it was
How did it not click?
because like I don't know, like
Because you're on your phone, you Visco girl.
yeah, sure, we'll do that again.
He literally heals Carl Weathers.
and he's
No,
like, oh
I
my
know.
God.
And-
How'd the kid do it? I was going to kill him, but then I don't want to
and
now.
I was just all like, okay. I mean, he's
He
he's
saves his
he's
life.
a powerful little guy,
He stops
and so I
the
just
poison.
like left it alone. But then it wasn't until this movie where like then they start force healing and stuff, and I'm like, that's new to this series, isn't it? Like,
They always do new stuff to the series.
yeah. I wasn't mad at it. It did actually like, I don't know. It registered for me there
Yeah.
where it didn't when I watched the series.
I mean, I don't know. It's as much as I'm bashing the movie, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad. I think it's. I would have been more interested to see what Lucas had to, because I don't know if you guys heard what cut we got.
I don't
The-
know.
They,
This
they
is-
went back and forth. This is Abrams, isn't it?
This is essentially the Bob Iger,
studio.
Kathleen Kennedy cut.
Gotcha.
Without her stomping on Palpatine.
Yeah.
So
I thought what's his name was quite menacing.
Ian McDermott?
Yeah. Palpatine coming
Yeah.
in, the way that they handled
Yeah.
the voice and everything like that. I was all like,
he was
this
very
was pretty creepy.
he was very metal
yeah.
at the beginning.
The first, okay, when I saw it, you know what I immediately thought? Captain EO.
I know that. What's that from?
Michael Jackson,
Oh,
the Epcot
yeah.
ride, when the lady up in
yeah.
the thing came. Yeah, that's immediately what I thought was Captain EO.
Yeah.
I expected Rey to start dancing with a little rainbow on her shirt, turning
which-
all the villains into like heroes. And
Which George Lucas was a part of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this, because this I saw on a couple things on the web, right? Were you guys bothered by the whole force transporting of weapons?
that was weird because I was like, we've never done. This is like a greater extent of force stuff. Okay, healing. I've seen it in games. I've seen the way to do this, but now we're teleporting items.
Yeah.
Because quote unquote their bond is so strong.
Yeah.
That's pushing it a little bit for me.
It was kind of funny. You know what's
That
weird?
was like a Deus Ex Machina for real.
It was weird for me was the ending where it's almost like they're riding like horseback, almost. I
Yeah,
don't
so
know.
that's I fell asleep
Like
in
that,
two
that-
of my
that-
showings.
That was
there.
just a strange scene to me. I didn't think I
Yeah.
would see something like
on
that
the
in a-
destroyer.
Yeah, in a Star Wars film, like
Yeah.
it was odd.
And so that was that was
We
one of
don't
those
need technology.
that was another one of those things where this I feel like this movie is really fun to pick apart, right? Because it's so obvious, right, of the
Yeah.
fan service that you can't help but go like, "Oh, that's because they screwed up there." Or that's what. But at the same time, like I'm watching this thing and
It was entertaining
Palpatine's
enough.
like all of these ships, and I'm like, "Sweet Jesus, how did we not touch on this in the second film?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because this is a huge. Nobody at one point had a throwaway line of, "Oh, like, yeah, man, there's a real lack of,
Like, man, we have like no materials out here.
yeah, exactly. Like,
Isn't that
nothing
weird?
Like that.
Yeah.
Someone made a huge purchase recently for like
Yeah.
these, laser beams. Like nothing.
Yeah.
There was no hint at this massive army that this guy pulled out of nowhere. And then this dude is such a dick to just be all like, "And lightning," and I'm going to destroy
Yeah.
a huge portion
I'm
of
just
them.
thinking about it too. That like he goes to buy stuff. You're like,
Yeah.
and,
Can I see your ID, sir?
and
You
Mis-
don't need to see my ID.
And Mr. Palpatine, how are you
What
going
do
to
you
pay
think?
for
You're
this?
some Jedi?
Your credits are no good here, Jedi.
Put it on my tab.
Wow. Yeah. It was stuff like that where it's just kind of like,
Yeah.
we're gonna let it ride.
I was like, hey,
Ryan Johnson screwed the second one up so bad at this
I'm just
point.
thinking too, like what if he goes
Let's
to use
just
a
close it
credit
out.
card and they don't accept
Aren't
American
you
Express?
dead?
He could have forced.
He has a
sent it.
Discover card.
Yeah, he's got some
pays
kind of
to
weird,
discover.
like Diners Club or something.
Yeah, man.
Get the hell out of here. But I mean, even with all that, like I said, I thought he did a good job as Palpatine as usual.
He always
I thought
does.
He did good
Yeah,
there.
it was awesome. I don't think he should have been the main villain.
You're right, but I think that's because
He goes way back with the whole Skywalker thing.
yeah,
Yeah, but
yeah, unfortunately.
Those two are tied together from the jump.
I think that initially this definitely now that you have watched all three films, I think it was that. But I'm
So-
saying part of this last trilogy, I think that it was obvious that there was something he wanted to do there. There was a different story he wanted to tell. Unfortunately, that got derailed.
Yeah, it
and they weren't going to turn it into four films. They were
Yeah,
just
but- No.
like, let's just
But they were
let's close it out.
They were actually going to like with the Abrams and Lucas thing.
Yeah.
Like they had stuff completely different.
Yeah, and I'm not surprised about that. Like I said, I feel like that initially this started off as
There-
one thing. Sure, the Force Awakens was reminiscent of the original or whatever, but I think the idea was that hey, the next film and beyond that, right, we're going down a completely different path.
Let's think of it this way though.
Didn't happen.
You remember who was supposed to be in this one that got cut?
No,
Matt Smith,
Matt Smith, who's
The doctor?
the doctor.
Oh, was he
The chin.
Yeah, no, he would like his scenes were actually shot.
really?
And J.J. Abrams told Iger and the powers that be,
Yeah.
this might not be the movie that is going to really bring people back.
Gotcha.
So that's where they started rapidly reshooting the entire
Everything.
movie,
Yeah.
editing day by day.
Everything. Yeah. Yeah, this like
I
I
mean,
said,
it's a mess.
this movie does ultimately feel like it was a rushed effort to close out as many loose ends as what they could and definitely distance themselves from
That-
Oh, yeah.
The
that-
Last Jedi.
that-
That's why I feel like I feel there's a lot of distancing from previous ones
Yeah.
in this last trilogy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I totally
don't know.
interrupted you, Adam.
I'm gonna say as far as like the darkness and subverting expectations,
Mm-hmm.
I see Last Jedi as like that. No, I see Last Jedi as almost like this generation's Empire Strikes Back
Except
Back
not
in
really
a way.
well done.
Yeah, but it sucks.
Yeah.
It's like the Empire Strikes
like the
Back, but it
opposite.
sucks.
Because I feel what
And then I see this as like Return of the Jedi,
Yeah.
especially with the way it ends.
Yeah.
With the
everyone's
Palpatine
happy?
going all Palpatine going full
oh
on.
yeah,
Like You destroy him.
Yeah.
Everything. I'm young again. Look at
Yeah.
my skin. It's not as gray.
Exactly.
I'm connected to this pipe thing
Yeah.
or whatever
Yeah,
that is.
exactly.
The hose.
Yeah.
They blow him up.
Him with the hose behind him.
Hey,
Yeah.
did anyone else think it was kind of funny that they were just growing Snokes?
Yeah.
It just.
And
I
even
think that's
that-
them showing how he was pulling all the strings.
Yeah. It was.
They were growing him in a jar.
That was another thing to just like.
They showed that he has the ability to clone and all that.
and to move on, right? That
Yeah.
they were like, "Hey, that's what that was. Let's continue
Yeah.
on." Like, it wasn't even a focus. It was as
Yeah.
it passes the screen, and he's all like,
Like, oh, yeah,
"I was
look."
the many voices before,
Yeah.
and now we're over here."
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the Rise of
Yeah,
Skywalker.
I mean, it would. Only thing that would have been better if they would have had like a Snoke tree. Just pick them.
just pull them off.
Or just, grow them out of water like on that one show that I don't want to spoil for anyone.
Don't spoil it. I think I know what you're talking
Exactly.
about.
Yeah.
The
It's one of those things, man, you just got to watch.
final shot, wasn't that essentially one of the first shots of the original Star Wars? What's her name standing there on the two suns?
Oh, yeah. That was
right?
when Luke had his
BB-8.
thing. Yep.
What's his name? Luke and R2. Right?
Yeah.
I was like,
I was
okay.
actually happy to see the return of lens flares. I'm like, yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You saw them lens flares.
there's
Yeah.
a couple of them.
Yeah, there's a few of them.
I liked the homage to the original with her looking at the twin suns
Yeah.
on Tatooine.
Yeah, that. It's
Yeah,
just like,
and
okay.
apparently it was like the exact same recycled shot,
Yeah.
but with her there instead of Luke.
Oh, really? Well, that's
Supposedly.
that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and look at that. Yeah. Like I said, at the end of it all, hey, yeah, I was entertained when I finally saw it all.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, this is fun. All right.
I mean, yeah,
I had my great. Oh, one more thing.
it's all right.
What's the film term for like the is it the MacGuffin? That's like the one.
You're
Oh, the
thinking
one
of
thing to,
red herring, MacGuffin.
Yeah,
and
that
Yeah.
like the one. How many times did they have to put that one little satellite thing like in front of the camera? From early on, when Palpatine first brings up all of the destroyers,
Yeah.
one of the shots like is hardcore focused where the antenna that they were supposed to go take out.
Oh, yeah.
is like right there in the bottom right
Yeah.
corner as everything raises up, and I was just all like, okay,
This is important later.
yeah. Can we not focus on this
Yeah.
as much?
And one other gripe I got with this movie, the opening crawl.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was garbage. I thought it sucked.
Yeah.
I really
It wasn't the best.
The dead speak.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like, all right, this
Yeah.
It was kind of cheesy.
kind of
Yeah.
funny. Palpatine's got a pirate radio
I was
signal.
like, oh, so we're just jumping right in that he's back.
right into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's no secret here. No.
No
This is how
explanation.
we're.
There was
okay.
no building up to it whatsoever.
No.
But again, I think that was the idea that like, how do we quickly get? And
Yeah.
I think you guys hit it right away when I first asked. This movie felt rushed from the get go.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah, it
oh,
did.
okay, they're speaking. Oh, okay, he's cutting through people. Oh, okay, we're going
Lando's
underground now.
being weird.
Yeah.
Okay, Lando's being weird.
whole-
Okay, Lando's still being weird.
I
Whole thing.
could have
is-
done without him.
I was glad to see Lando again.
It was nice seeing him.
honestly.
It was just kind of creepy when he asked the girl, "It's like, so where are you from?"
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Calm down, overweight old guy.
Was he like 80 now or something
Yeah.
like that? Like
Yeah,
he's
pretty
pretty old.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, you're still cool, but come on, man.
Yeah.
It was good
Calm
to
down.
have. It was actually good to have him back. I was glad to
Yeah.
see him again. I mean, whether his character was good or not, or relevant to the story, is another.
I think
thing.
that's what it was. You're right. Like the actor himself, like, hey, it was cool to see him be him. It was the same thing.
It would have
with,
been
like,
nice to see them all together, but you know,
Yeah. Things. Yeah.
yeah.
But the whole movie was just bullet points.
Yeah.
Oh
They were
yeah,
just-
it's check boxes.
Yeah, they were just checking everything off the whole way.
And we answered that, and we retconned that, and we got that, and this now, and let's go ahead and add a little something else, a little something new.
You know, Finn embracing his heritage more with his hair was a
Oh,
little different.
was it just me? So I did, I did know. Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I did notice one thing. And I thought it was just my mind playing tricks on me, but then I end up seeing an article later on, and I wanted to know if it stood out to you guys.
Wedge.
The first gay kiss in
the
a Star Wars
kiss.
film. Yeah,
Yeah.
the two women that ran towards each other.
Oh yeah.
Like it was quick, and I was just all like, oh, that's funny.
It was like
I was
half
like,
a second.
It was,
Yeah.
but it actually did, like, it caught my attention because I was all like, I don't think that's something that like is a thing. But then, sure enough, like it was. I saw an article afterwards, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, so it was purposely placed there."
So-
Yeah.
all right,
So let's look at it this way. I didn't think it was a big deal.
I didn't.
They said well, we're representing the
We're progressive, guys.
representing the
LGBT.
how long's what's his name been
what is
banging? LGBTCDFGHJK.
Yeah, I mean,
letter
there's so many
As Dave
letters.
Chappelle called them.
Exactly.
I mean, if any of our listeners are a part of that community, I apologize for mangling it.
Yeah.
But let's look at Lando and Solo banging the robot, and then
Yeah.
also they said that he's like sexually fluid
He
or
was
whatever. Like
pansexual.
he's attracted to everything.
Yep. He's
Yeah.
that's what it was. They were like, he's
So-
pansexual,
It's a
and
nice iPod you got there.
yeah, exactly.
Let me see that.
These
port.
are my tunes.
Yeah.
You can go away now.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, ultimately, I did find some form of entertainment there. I think, if I'm being completely honest, I think Adam, you kind of alluded to it a little earlier in this episode, but that it's the end of the Skywalker saga for now.
for now, and I wouldn't be surprised if they start something up in like 10 years when they need a hit or
They'll wait another 30 years.
or
It's like, it's Rey. She's older now.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is John Boyega, who's also older
And
now.
she pulled the lightsabers out of the sand and was all like, I got work to do.
Yeah.
She's an old smoker, by the
No,
way.
we're going to have it go full circle. Someone's going to go to Tatooine, and then they're going to go meet a little farmer kid, and she's like, are you Rey? That's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
I was gonna say
exactly.
she's like the Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
now.
What's your name, Rey? Skywalker.
I mean, somebody that did not get their due in this
Skywalker
movie,
dash Palpatine.
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Jar
thought the
Jar in
movie
this.
was, I feel it was pretty decent.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I
Shift gears.
I needed that scene where Jar Jar gets farted
But
on.
I really thought it was interesting because, like, I think it was funny because
scene.
Force Awakens
Yeah.
was trying to kind of realign and fix what the prequels they felt did to damage the brand.
They did enough.
Episode
Then
1 is better
episode
because
7.
of that scene.
No, episode 8, and then episode 9 was like, oh, we got to fix what happened in episode 8. What the heck?
I enjoyed the little light
Dio?
skipping that they were
Oh,
doing.
the light skipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another new thing.
Yeah, that was a little new thing.
And also, there's
thought that
rumor
was
that
kinda
I think Oscar Isaac was hoping that they'd have the relationship with Finn and Poe.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. He
But
did.
I didn't see them as interested in each other.
Because he
Throughout
said
the
the
entire-
studio didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, throughout the entire thing. I mean, and people were calling for it. They're like, "Yeah, we want this," and
they'd never-
I
yeah.
People
didn't-
ship them. That's just a thing.
I
that
really
happens.
didn't see that throughout the entire.
Watch the ending of Legend
thing.
of Korra. He's like, oh, okay, sure.
Why not?
You know,
I'm,
once we'll find.
I'm not a fan
watch
of
this
either
Avatar
character.
Last Airbender.
I liked Poe.
I like
initially.
Finn.
I like Poe Dameron.
I didn't, especially with the way episode 8 started off.
Yeah.
With their he's
Hey,
Yeah,
the
when
phone
he
call?
was totally
Yeah,
not
pranking
the
him.
character
Yeah.
that he
that's-
was in the previous movie.
Exactly. Yeah. Last
God,
Jedi.
the
Good
movie
God.
literally starts off with like a joke with that.
Let's kill the entire bomb fleet. We got to do this.
Yeah.
For what reason?
Yeah.
Because I want to.
Yeah, it was good God. Anyways, let us know what were your standing up moments for the Rise of Skywalker if you got a chance to see them. It's over. Let us know if you're going to cry yourself to sleep because you want another one of these films or not. That's all I've got. Did you guys have anything else here? I don't think any breaking news has happened, and I know we've tied them up for
I
about an hour.
know.
and a half.
Whatever I had, I put it in the chat. I don't even remember it anymore.
No, I'm checking to see
Morbius, right? That Morbius trailer.
More
Yeah, Morbius.
bias.
Yeah.
All right. I want to thank you guys all for listening. So sorry that we had a couple weeks that got in the way there that delayed this. But Happy New Year. Completely excited. What the hell is that? Completely excited
It's a phone,
to
Will.
continue to record. It is Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I wanted to say something. I'm
what's that?
pissed off.
With?
Final Fantasy VII Remake got pushed ahead a month.
Pushed ahead?
Oh, I mean, pushed back. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay. I'm like,
So
what?
now I got to figure out, am I going to play, because There used to be 27 days between that and Persona 5 Royal. Now there's only 11.
Oh.
So, how about this?
You've got gaming problems.
Doom was supposed to come out, what, November?
Yeah.
Of 2016.
No, of 2019.
I'm kidding.
And it got pushed all the way back to what, March?
I think it was like
March
March
or
20th.
April?
I think it was March.
So, I mean, I had a longer wait, man.
No, it's not that. It's I have these two big games that are coming out almost back to back, and it's annoying.
You're so privileged.
First world problems.
For real though. For real though. Remember, guys, you can always find us at inouronestopinion.com. I am Will. You can always find me over on Twitter at Krypton's Will.
You can find him on the internet.
I forgot. Yeah.
Just find him.
Will.
He's like Johnny Mnemonic.
Johnny Mnemonic.
I'm
Enjoyed that
Marvin. You
movie.
can find me on my own podcast, Buddy Talks, at buddytalkspodcast.com.
Hey.
And on Twitter at The Artful Gent.
Hey.
I am Adam Skywalker, and you can find me
Dash
on
Palpatine.
Dash Palpatine.
Dash
You-
Banks.
You can, you know what? It's Adam Banks now.
I know it is.
Oh my
Whoa,
God.
see? You angered the gods.
my God.
He joined us from last.
You angered the gods. He's like,
Wow.
this is bullshit.
Welcome back.
Wow, that was
I
creepy.
think that was Emperor Palpatine coming
Dude,
back.
it was his pirate radio
Yes.
broadcast.
Can anyone hear me? That's not me.
Yeah, okay. I don't know what that is.
He said to tie me up to what?
I don't know, man.
Why are you picking?
Thanks for joining us. We have Cletus here on the line. How's it going, Cletus? And
I think you got rid of him.
yeah. What
Spider-Man?
about Spider-Man? Yeah, I thought it was interesting as well.
Can he hear us? I'm actually
He was
curious.
in.
Something about toe
What?
meat?
I don't know, something about Tommy. But thanks for joining us, Cletus. We're gonna go ahead and close the show. Adam, take it away.
Yes, I am in the cyberspace. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Adam_analyzes.
That's good.
And check out AdamAnalyzes.com.
.com.
.com. I'm
Catch up
keeping all that
on
in. By the way.
episodes.
Oh, yeah, I expected it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
I'm keeping that
Cletus-
impromptu interview.
Cletus and Spider-Man.
Yes, and Tommy or whatever he was talking about.
It sounds
Maybe,
like
maybe he
so-
was saying Toby.
I don't know,
No,
but
I'm
in
gonna
any
go with toe
case,
meat, yeah.
Toby.
yeah,
Find us on the webs, guys. We look forward to hearing from you.
yeah, or hack into our show.
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy the WTF block. We're back.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend.
All right. Bye.
Good night.